What's going on, guys? It's Hadris right here, and welcome to our third episode of our Swansea City career mode. Now, I'd like to say thank you for everyone that was watched episode 2 of the Swansea career mode, and if you were able to watch our last episode or our last video yesterday of our Road to Glory series. Thank you. Now, as you jump into today's video, since you guys already know that Gylfi Sigurdsson is gone, he went off to Arsenal, but we did get a lot of money in return. So, with all that money, I started looking at players to buy. I'm looking at Ander Herrera. You see right here. You saw I looked at Dele Alli. Here's Aaron Ramsey. I just started looking at a lot of midfielders because that leaves a big gap in our team. He was our best player. Best player saying, I'm not going to say best player overall, but best player in the midfield, and at the time, attacker. But since we're looking at a lot of midfielders, I'm hoping that we get to sign at least one midfielder that could work. I will say that we do sign a player. We do sign a player. I'm not gonna tell you he plays. I'm not gonna say he plays, but I'm not gonna tell you the position either. You gotta figure out or guess who you think we're gonna sign. Guess it and put it in the comment section down below before we actually sign a player. Now, this one isn't really a transfer. Right there, Marcus Rashford put 1-0. He's really good for us. I haven't really used him in Ultimate Team as well. This is considering me maybe buying him for our Road to Glory team. But besides that, this isn't the Road to Glory series. This really isn't like a transfer. It's a loan. If you play Ultimate Team, there's this one, or in the Serie A, Calcio A, there's this one overpowered striker. He's cheap. He's like I think 1,000 coins, 1,500 coins. There's this overpowered striker in the Serie A. He's around 15,000 coins. See if you can guess it before I say it. Okay, the person I am thinking of, or it is Niang. Niang is one of those type of players, or at least in FIFA, he's that overpowered player, just like Martial in the BPO. He's that one of those overpowered players that a lot of people that play the Calcio A or Serie A use until they get like Baca or Dybala, Higuain, up to better strikers. If you watch my series, I don't actually use them. I use Illich and Inform Kalinic. But back into what team he's went to. He is going on loan to Watford. This could be a big signing or loan deal for Watford. I believe they're in like mid-table. When I mean mid-table, I think they're around between 10th or 9th and like 14. I think they're in between there. This could, I'm not gonna say like Niang's one of those like really good players. I actually haven't seen him play. I've never seen AC Milan play. It's been a while since I've seen them play. I haven't watched or even watched any videos of him, so I'm not gonna say anything about him or like say he's not good. But all I'm gonna say is that this signing could play crucial for Watford for this season. This could push them up higher up the table. They're not gonna get Europa League. They're just gonna get pushed up higher up the table. But back into the video, as you saw before, we have 2 days left of the transfer window. And right there, Aaron Ramsey and Dele Alli, Arsenal and Tottenham wanted their players way too much, so I just decided to leave it alone and go for other players. So right now I'm going for Asensio, and before him you saw I went after Rafinha. And right here, you saw I had like, while I was talking about everything else, I was going after a lot of midfielders because we need another midfielder. I went after like Verratti, Thiago, obviously I saw Ramsey, Ericsson right here as well. That's why all this stuff is here. Oh, and 9 golden instrument, like those guys. Now, there was a game earlier in the EFL Cup. You probably know about it. I actually didn't watch it. I just checked the highlights of, not the highlights, I checked the score of the game. Manchester United played Hull City, and Man United were very close to being knocked out, or not knocked out, but at least going to extra time with Hull City. Before this matchup today, Manchester United, the first leg, they won 2-0. Today, when they played Hull City, they lost to Hull City 2-1. So that first game has played so crucial into that, because if they didn't win 2-0, it could have been like 1-0, 2-1, and then it obviously could have been like 3-0, 4-0. But that game has played very crucial. Now, I heard, I'm saying I only heard, I didn't watch the game, that Manchester United didn't really get into their groove today. They weren't playing as the Manchester United that so far in the BPL right now. I'm pretty sure they're still undefeated in like the last 6 games or 7 games, around there somewhere. I'm pretty sure they are. And I think I saw that Paul Pogba was the one to get the penalty, or give up the penalty to get the penalty to Hull City, which I think was converted by Huddleston. I think that's his name. And I heard that people were saying a lot. Paul Pogba gets a lot of hate and praise a lot on his own. So I'll just leave that away for now. You guys tell me, do you think he's overrated, underrated, in the comment section below. I'm pretty sure I said it before in one of my other videos. Now, could you have imagined that what the finals would have been if Liverpool did not mess it up? We would have had a better finals than it is now. I'm not saying Southampton are a bad team. They're actually a good team. I don't know if they're still in the Europa League or not. I'm just saying, if Liverpool didn't mess up the finals for this year, would have been really, really good. Think about it. Manchester United versus Liverpool. We just had that game, I think it was a week or 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week, actually. We just had that game. I think it was 1-1, I believe. Okay. Good. Now, there was another game today, if you didn't know, and if you aren't a Barca fan, or Barca hater, or not a Barca supporter, I'm not gonna say hater. Barcelona beat Real Sociedad 5-2. Yes. And on aggregate, they won 6-2. Now, I didn't watch the game either. I couldn't really watch the game. I was busy doing something. But 5-2, and I think now they are on to the semifinals, I believe. So yes, it was the semifinals. Now we are about to make our biggest signing and one of our few signings of the transfer window so far. The Tottenham Danish attacking mid, Christian Eriksen. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't sign these guys right here that I am rejecting their offer right now, besides Pulisic, we do sign them. But besides these guys right here, you might be asking why didn't I sign any of them? Is because I actually looked up what his potential is, and right here, if you want, you can pause it. I'm looking at all the finances, the objectives, and right here I'm signing some scouts for, well, scouting for other players. And like I said, we do sign Pulisic. Now, the reason why I did sign Christian Eriksen is because I looked at his potential, and I believe his potential was 89, and he's already at 85. I remember Asensio, he had like 88, 89 potential as well, but at the time, he's only 22. Christian Eriksen is only 25, 26. And like I said in previous 2 episodes, I want to try and see how far we can get in 2 years. Now, I don't know if I haven't said this already, I am really not going to be playing that many games, because like I said, we're going to try to get this in 2 seasons. I'm going to be playing the easier games, like the Burnleys, like the Leicesters, because Leicester aren't actually doing this well this year, and we did beat them in our first game of this episode. Like the lower end teams, like the Bournemouth, but I'm not gonna be playing like the higher end teams, like the Tottenham, the Chelsea, the Arsenal, Liverpool, etc. Those, the top 7 basically. Well, maybe Everton. They're probably one team I might play. But I'm not going to be playing the top 6, really. Right here, I'm showing you. I usually do this every month. Every start of every month. Look at anyone that got better in their stats. And as you saw before, the transfer window has shut. And I showed you how much everyone spent within the 2-month time period. Now, you guys are seeing me right now. We have 3 scouts right now. We're gonna be sending them all out. We're gonna be sending them. I actually don't remember. There's France. I remember this one we send them to Brazil, and I just missed the first one. Let me see if I can remember properly. I think, oh yeah, Portugal. We sent them to those 3 countries, and like I said before, the reason I'm sending them there is because most of the time those are the countries that produce like really good players for the future. Like, for instance, Renato Sanchez from Portugal. Now, with the transfer window ending, we're actually right here. We get a international offer from Belgium. Belgium being the country that I actually support during the Euros and the World Cup, the qualifying and all that. I'll tell you reasons down the line in the future. Now, and all right here, you might be asking, why aren't I playing versus my favorite club, Chelsea? Because like I said earlier, that I'm not going to be playing the upper end teams. Now, back into what I was talking about, our transfer window this far. I was mostly happy than sad. The sad part only being that we lost to Gerson, but we did get a better player actually in Christian Eriksen, because we signed a lot of young players. While I was actually editing this, I was realizing that we basically revamped the whole team of Swansea. We have a new left mid, a new striker, a new midfielder, a new center back, a new goalie. We have a backup center back. We have a backup right wing. So we basically have close to a full squad of players that we bought ourselves. And I'm gonna say Eriksen obviously being the biggest one. The one I'm happy about and looking forward to the most, besides Marcus Rashford, is probably Pulisic. I really do like some Pulisic for myself. He's probably the more, I'm not gonna say he actually doesn't have higher potential than Marcus Rashford for main reasons and obvious reasons. Well, really not like obvious reasons, because I'm pretty sure, doesn't Pulisic actually start for Dortmund and Marcus Rashford starts every now and then? But you could say that Man U has a better team than Dortmund, but it's up to you, whatever you want to think. Now, also, you guys liking this music in the background? I found it because I actually watched a YouTuber that uses this actually a lot. And you probably, well, some people might actually know who he actually is. I actually forgot the name, actually. I think it's Daza Kuduro. I think that's the name. Now, as we finish off the episode, I'd like to say thank you all for watching. If you could like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll talk to you all in a bit. Peace.